There's one simple rule on Betfair that you have to follow. If you follow it, you will always be profitable. And that is this. Back high, lay low. It's that simple. If you were to back Reading at 100 units at 16, and you were to lay Reading at, let's say, 4.5 for around 355 units, you'll see here magically on the left-hand side of the screen that you're making an equal profit on every outcome in the game, whether the game finishes as a home win for Liverpool, an away win for Reading, or a draw. You're making £255 to £257.50 respectively. Now, how do you get yourself into these situations? Well, that is the art of trading. By backing at 16 and laying at 4.5, you're backing high and you're laying low. You're trading the match. There are other methods of trading. Some people call it the free bet method, where you lay back into the exchange at exactly the same stake that you back with. So you can see here I back at 16, 100 units, and I lay at 4.5, 100 units. I have no exposure at all. No matter what happens, I can't lose a penny. However, I can't win a penny if Liverpool or the draw happens. But if Reading happens, I make £11.50. Some people call this a free bet. I think the terminology free bet is very misleading. What you're basically doing is you're taking money off this potential Reading win at 1,500, and you're moving some of that over to Liverpool and the draw. So if you just watch this left-hand side of the screen here, Reading, currently 1,500 if they win. Let's say they score first, their odds move to 4.5, and voila. We now have no exposure whatsoever, and we, instead of making 1,500 a winning, we make 11.50. Personally, this isn't a technique that I like to use a lot. You don't ever want to get greedy when you're trading. Nobody ever went broke from making a profit. So if this situation did happen, and Reading did score the first goal, and the odds did move to 4.5, I would put in that lay order at 3.55 to make sure that I have an even amount of profit, no matter what happens. Let's recap that again. A back bet is quite simple. You're backing for a selection to happen. Here, we're backing 100 units at Reading to win at 16. The laying bet is when you're backing against a selection to happen. So if Reading score first, their odds would go down to around 4.5 to lay, and we would then place an order that would even up the money for us. Now, I know I've gone through this quite quickly, and still there may be people that don't quite get it. On the Trading Pays website, we're going to have trading calculators that will give you these figures in which to lay to green up your selection, to create a green screen, as it's so often called, another term that I don't really like. You'll gather over the next few videos that there isn't actually a lot that I like, apart from making money and trading sports. And really, that very, very simple thing of backing high and laying low is the key to making money on Betfair. Let's say you take lower risk approach and you bet that Liverpool are going to win. Let's say we bet 250 units, and that's our first order, that Liverpool are going to beat Reading, and you get 1.23. If Liverpool score the first goal, those odds will come crashing down from 1.23, I estimate, to around 1.14. Now, you may be asking yourself, how does he know the numbers are going to go to this? Well, I've been trading sports for around 7 years, and it's these subconscious notions that I have because I've been in these situations so many times that I know the roundabout price that the market's going to go to based on a game like this. So again, let's say we use the free bet terminology. So we place our laying stake at exactly the same as our backing stake, 250 units, and there you go. So we now have no liability at all. Now, quite interestingly, when you have no liability, if you refresh your main wallet, the money goes straight back in there. So let's say in this situation here, if you can imagine £250 has come out of this wallet, events, I should say. As soon as I make this trade and it gets accepted into the market, I hit refresh and that 250 comes back because I no longer have any exposure whatsoever. And really that's a free bet for Liverpool to win at 22.50. If Liverpool do go one goal up quite early in the game and they look quite dominant, this is a bet that I probably would make because if I wanted to start sharing the profits, way off there, aren't I? If I did want to start sharing the profits, I would be looking at only £19 to £20 win on Liverpool, where I can get greedy for that extra £2. I've just contradicted myself completely in the last statement that I've made, but I'm sure you get the idea. I know there's probably a few people watching this who are starting to understand how this exchange is made up, how you're able to back and to lay. And remember, you don't have to wait for the market to change in order to place your order. I could place an order right now for Liverpool to win the match, and let's say I'm not happy with the odds of 1.23, I want 1.48. I think that's a fair price for my 100 units. I can place that bet now. It will always ask you to confirm, and the exchange will basically give you a little description of what you're doing. You're betting for Liverpool to win. Your stake of 100 is returned to you together with a profit of 48. If you lose your stake. Thank you very much, Betfair. I'll confirm that. Now, right now, the bet goes into an unmatched stake. This is basically saying nobody is going to take your odds at 1.48. Don't be so greedy, you're not going to get it. But we are how far away from me for this game? I think this game's on the 13th, so this game's tomorrow. Am I going to get matched to 148? Judging on the way the market is, no, I don't think I am. So I can choose to either keep the bet at the start of the match, which is a very dangerous thing to do. I do not advise anybody to do this, because if Reading score first, the odds of Liverpool will rocket and our bet will actually go in, and that would be ridiculous. Or we cancel the bet in play. Right now, this bet is not going to get matched, so I'll just cancel this off here. And that was quite simple to do. You just literally hit cancel. Another great feature of Betfair and of the exchange is you get to see information that normal bookmakers would never let you see. And I'm talking betting volume across the exchange. So for those who didn't see how I do that, you just click on this little chart next to any of the selections, and this will be available on any market that you ever bet with on Betfair. This little icon will be there. You hit that icon, and it immediately brings up this grid that some people get very scared of when they see because they don't understand, but it's very simple. This chart is the history of the event, and you can change the different outcomes or the different possibilities using this little tab here. So right now, Betfair very kindly tells us that they've matched £102,246 on this event. Very nice. On Liverpool, 98,000 of that 102 has been traded on Liverpool. Gives you key indicators like the last price that it matched on, and you also have a ladder interface here where you can see the amount that is traded at certain prices and the amount available. So we can see here the amount traded at 121, 22, 23, 24, etc. And we can see how much is here available to back. I won't go into this too much, it can be quite confusing, but it's quite nice to see that there's 102,000 available to back at 1.19, and there is 3,449 available to lay at 1.28. This chart, though, is really where all the action happens. This is where we can see over time how the price has changed for Liverpool. So, if you take it here, I estimate it's where the betting started at the beginning. The price of 1,225 was for Liverpool, and as you can see, it's